So, welcome to the Minecraft Hunger Games behind the scenes video. Um, this is like not scripted, so yeah, I'm just gonna be talking about a bunch of stuff about like how the Hunger Games came to be and like everything about how it's created and stuff. And yeah, this is probably gonna, I don't know, this might just be really boring, but it exists. So yeah. So I guess it started way back in November 2024. I think it was November, yeah, it must have been November 11, 2024. A day after we released the video, I completely ruined Minecraft sounds. I think I was just talking to a bunch of friends at lunch, and someone said like, "Yo, you should post, you should make the Hunger Games in Minecraft." And I thought that was a cool idea. So then over the next like few days, I built like a small amount of the map, a very small amount. Like it was just the spawn area, which like I ended up completely remaking anyways, and I placed a few trees and that's it. And then nothing happened until like, I think it was March next year. I sent the invite to like maybe like 13 or 14 friends, and some of them joined, some of them didn't. I thought, I don't know what I thought. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, and then I still didn't work on the map at all, but eventually we kept inviting more and more people until we actually hit the full 24 people, like in the actual Hunger Games books and movies and stuff. We came back to school in like, what was it, late like July or something, and so I had 8 weeks or 9 weeks or something until the holidays when the Hunger Games were gonna happen, and I had to build the entire map, and I also tried to beat RGB and Geometry Dash at the exact same time. So like that was all I did. I didn't do anything else. I just got home from school, played RGB for an hour, and then spent the rest of the night building the Hunger Games map. That's like all I did. Well, before I keep explaining what happened during the event and after the event and all that stuff, I have a bunch of backups from when I was building that I guess I should show. So yeah, I guess I'll just cut to those. Yeah, the first backup I have is from July 31st. So that would have been like maybe like 2 weeks of building. Oh, I'm so laggy. My computer's been lagging so much since updating to Windows 11. I don't know why. Let's see. So yeah, this was what the spawn used to look like. There was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16 podiums and some trees in the middle, and this one single tiny thing for the cornucopia. So yeah, this spawn was like, it had like nothing. And then yeah, so these few trees around the spawn I built back in January or December. And then all of this and all of this was all built in like, took like 2 weeks just to do all of that. And yeah, it's just trees. There's no structures or anything yet, so there isn't really much else to show other than starting on the mountain. Yeah, so what I do for the mountain, maybe this would be interesting. I just do like, I just place stone like this randomly, put grass on top of each of these, fill in like all of this, and then I just like grab the coordinate of this block, then grab the coordinate all the way down here, and then I just slash fill whatever the slash fill to fill in that entire area. And that's how I made the mountain. The mountain took a really long time. And yeah, I guess that is the first backup. Alright, the second backup is from August 9th, which is like a week and a half later. And I think the mountain is, yeah, the mountain's finished in this one. So it took like 1.5 weeks almost to just finish the rest of the mountain. That's how long this thing took. And I hadn't even like, what's it called? Like terraformed. That's not really the right word. But I hadn't added any like, I forgot the word. Like variance in the altitude of like the grass. And is that like all I did? I don't think anything else happened apart from the mountain. Oh, actually there is grass. I don't think there was grass or trees here before, but there is in this one. And yeah, that's like all that happened. It's literally just the mountain, because this mountain took so long to make. Okay, the next backup is from August 19th, so 10 days later. I have soul speed boots, so that means I was working on the soul sand area. And yeah, so in those 10 days I actually did like a decent amount. This area is completely filled with trees and stuff now. And this was the first like structure POI thing I made. Yeah. Road trip GG baddies home. The initials are RGB. I referenced that way too much when building this. And then just made up the most random name. Initially I was giving all of the items like damage and enchants, but I stopped giving every single item I placed in a chest damage and enchants because it just took so long and I didn't have much time to finish the entire map. So yeah, that's the first structure we built. And then like, I guess I filled in the entire blackstone area and placed a few bits of lava and whatever this is. And then I also filled in the entire soul, sand, and soil area. And I think that's it. That's like all I did here. Okay, the next backup's from like 2 weeks later on September 6th. I'm underground in spectator. Oh yeah, so now the cornucopia has been remade. I think there's different loot in this chest in the actual event. And then what else did I do? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of random POIs. This, I don't know why there's chickens. That's like the dumbest POI structure thing. Yeah, there is a bunch of structures now in this version, and I think I got really sick during this time, so like I just couldn't do anything. Like the Blackstone area is probably like the most boring area because I was just sick the entire time making it, so yeah. Like the structures look so out of place. This random nether brick thing, I think there was a lava moat around it later, but it still looks out of place. Same with this random tough structure. There's a random, what is that made out of? Deep slate bricks. This random magma thing, I don't know why that's there. This structure is the most out of place, this random deep slate thing. And also this, what even is the point of this, like, magma lava thing? I think there's chests down here somewhere, right? Or did I add those later? Maybe I didn't even add those until later. I don't know, but yeah, the Blackstone area was really boring. I just didn't know what to put anywhere. And yeah, that's like all I did. Just some structures and Blackstone area in like 2 weeks. I didn't even finish the Blackstone area. So yeah, that's everything. That's all I did in that entire 2 weeks. Onto the next backup, I think. And now September 16th, so that's like 10 days later, I think. Alright, so I'd started on the soul area. And yeah, I ended up realizing there wasn't enough stuff in the Blackstone area, so I kind of just placed a bunch of trees everywhere. It's a really boring area, there's nothing here. I was so out of ideas. I just started placing random warped and grass blocks, but I needed an excuse to place them all there, so I made up I just rushed some random lore for this area that like somehow explains all these random blocks everywhere. I think the book should be somewhere over here, I think. Unless I hadn't placed it yet. What is this? Oh, it's a beehive. Looked like a birch log. I mean, a stripped oak log. So yeah, finished the Blackstone area. Were these structures here yet? I don't know, but the structures are all finished in the grass area, and I started working on the soul area, which I think this place is my favorite. The nether biomes are cool. This was the first thing I made in the soul area. I don't really know what it is, but it's one of the only places to get sand on the map, so I guess it's kind of important. No one checked this. Like, there's a massive red X on the floor. Why would you not go check this chest? Nothing here is that useful, but it exists. There's a massive red X, and I don't think anyone mined into it during the event. Oh yeah, these random bees. There were these random bees that kept flying all the way from the grass areas, all the way at the forest, all the way over there, And they'd just like randomly be flying up here. Like there's one right here. These bees, they just come over here for some reason. I have no idea why. And this one just got in this boat with the chest now. And then now there's this other one that's just flying into the world border. I don't know why they kept coming over, but they did. This, I don't know why I put a, like, what's it even called? Red sand, the mesa thing here. I just didn't want this whole area to just be warped and crimson trees. So I made this random mesa thing, which is alright. And yeah, I think that's everything except this thing. This got used so much in the event. The overseer's beacon. The reason I put it was, like, made this was, it was meant to be a sort of anti-cheat for players who just hid like all the way underground the entire event. So you could like step on this, give glowing to them, and then you could find them. But I don't really think it got used for that because KM just hid underground the entire event and no one cared. But it instead got used to try find like players just out in the open, I guess. Yeah, this is a cool structure, I guess. And I think there was a heavy core up here. Yeah, there still is here. I also placed a bunch of these random like holes in the ground just to place random items in and add some variety to the crimson and warped forests, I guess. So yeah, I think that's everything in this backup. Alright, next backup, September 19. I think that's only a few days later than the last one, because I think I was in Queensland, so yeah, because I went away for like a week and a half, like right before the Hunger Games event, so I had to like finish the rest of the Nether biome while I was away. And yeah, I think I did finish it. The rest of this is done. I don't know why there's this random cherry biome thing here, but there is. So yeah, this area is completely finished. Because the reason this is here, I realized like this, even if you use the glowing, you probably wouldn't be able to see players hiding like all the way over here and stuff. So I put an extra, slightly not as good one here, and there's like a light box or something on the side of the mountain that does a similar thing to function as a sort of anti-cheat to find players underground. But so I kind of made up that this one, like the Overseer's Beacon sent a copyright strike to this thing because it copied them. And yeah, so just, I don't know. But I accidentally typed the Overseer's Prism and instead of the Overseer's Beacon, because I had an old Minecraft base I called the Overseer's Prism, so I accidentally typed that instead of the Overseer's Beacon. And then I don't know why there's shulkers down here, but yeah. I'll check if the lore book is here yet. It should be somewhere around. Yeah, it's right here. The lore for like the warped forests. The infection. Many years ago, the Blackstone region was a dark wasteland. This was until someone brought some crimson and warped fungi, which grew and quickly took over the Blackstone region. At first, everyone loved them. They were bright and colorful, something the Blackstone region never saw. But then the warped trees started going insane. They didn't belong here, and somehow, their presence brought the grass to life, and they started aggressively attacking each other, the warped trees versus the grasslands. The battle still goes on to this day. Very, very crazy lore. So yeah, that's why there's all those random blocks. And yeah, I guess on to the next backup now. Okay, now the final backup before the actual version. Why? Oh yeah, I'm up here. AI generated a random GIF of some person falling into the Hunger Games map, and that's why I was up there. I don't really know what changed. Okay, last thing before I go to the final backup, I think all the way down here. Somewhere. Yeah, right here. There's this random... I think that, yeah, there's an evoker. This is like the only way to get a totem of undying on this server. On the event. Just down here for some reason. And yeah, that's the last backup before the actual event, so yeah, let's go to the final backup. Okay, this is the final Hunger Games map, apart from a few random minor changes I made in the actual thing, like yeah, the podiums, I forgot you can just mine them. So I had to change those to bedrock in the actual thing. And then I guess while we're just on the actual map, I'll just fly around and show some random things. So this is where I was when I started the event. It's just command blocks which with the names of every player participating. And then random blocks. A free netherite block, it's free. You can just get it for free. And then this would just... This was meant to teleport anyone in spectator to the top of the world so they couldn't spectate, but I used a server-side replay mod which recorded a replay of the entire map. So I thought it'd force load the chunks and this would always be loaded, so spectators would just get teleported to the top of the world and I could manually like kick them or ban them or stuff. I didn't really know what else to do. I couldn't find any working mod. But the replay mod didn't force load every chunk, so this wasn't permanently loaded, so I just manually banned players, I guess. And this just removed all the command blocks. No, this removed the barriers, this removed all the command blocks. These ones. And later there was also a command that gave all players saturation right at the start of the event. So yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, so another thing. Is it this? Or is it a different structure? It's a different structure. This one's not it. It's this structure, I think. There's a sign. Stone grab Caliber's farm. 100% real wheat. So this is actually an anagram. If you rearrange it, it says beat broken signal. The reason I did that is because Potato, back in like March or something, he said he was gonna pick up and beat Broken Signal in Geometry Dash, but this was made in like September and he like had like barely played it, so I placed it there and thought maybe if he sees it, he'll play it more, he'll beat it. But I realized he's probably not gonna see it, and also I tried to get one of my friends to like solve the anagram, and I basically had to give them the answer, so no one was solving this. And there was no way for them to know that it was an anagram in the first place, but he like beat like Broken Signal like 10 minutes before I'm recording this, so GG. I guess the anagram, we didn't need it anyways, so yeah. Okay, I'm flying around. I can't find anything else to really talk about that I haven't already talked about. Except for... Wait, what is this actually? Maybe there is something to talk about. I forgot I made this. It's just a random... I guess there's just gas down here, and... This chest is good stuff. What? And then, yeah, there's just a bunch of random stuff down here, I guess. But what I was looking for just then, all the way at like the bottom of the world, I don't know if it's in the center of the world or somewhere else, but somewhere near the bottom of the world, there is a thing. There's just a hole into the void right over there. So I didn't think anyone would find it, but this exists, and you just fall down here. There's a few lapis blocks for some reason, so you can die, I guess. The void hole, it's just a hole into the void with some diamond blocks with a skull, and oh, these are real shulkers. They're not even shulker boxes. And some... That's not even good loot. But yeah, this exists. So yeah, I feel like that's pretty much everything. I've explained the entire map, basically. So now I guess I'll just go explain what happened during and after the event. So yeah. Okay, I have a backup of the actual event here. So I think it was... on September 30 at 1 PM, the event started. I thought like some people just won't turn up, or, like that's gonna happen probably, but like I'm pretty sure every single person just actually like logged on and turned up for the very start, which is like crazy because I thought there were definitely gonna be people who just didn't come for the very start, but basically everyone was on. So that was like awesome. And then everyone died in like an hour. Like I think by the end of like the first like 2 hours there were only like 4 players left. District 12 and KM and Sterl. And then District 12 obviously blew up to that thing over there. The random house that's, where is it? There. That got blown up because S103 bridged over with TNT, and then later Climbing Souls broke the TNT and rigged the door with it, so they blew up. And then obviously the next day KM and Stel 1v1'd, and that was interesting. That was an interesting fight to watch. I don't know what the plan was with Cam's maze thing. Like, I'll go in survival and I'll try break in. Where's the entrance? Is this it? Okay. But like, this is just out in the open. Why would I jump in when I know I'm gonna die? Where was he hiding? He was hiding like... I don't know. I don't remember. Was it here? I think there was TNT here. He was hiding here. So... yeah, I don't know what the plan was with this, but yeah, whatever. Oh, now I'm stuck. Yeah, that was an interesting fight to watch. And then over the next few days, I just gathered everyone's footage. And then, and as I was saying, the only two things I did the entire time over those like 8 or 9 weeks was build the Hunger Games map and play RGB. And then I took like a 6 week break from it because I just couldn't play because I was so sick at the time. And then obviously we went away to Queensland for a bit, and then like I just randomly beat it like right after Hunger Games event, so like both of those were done. So that was super good, just to have them both done. And then, well, actually they weren't done because I still had to edit the entire Hunger Games video, which I knew was going to take a really long time, and it did. I think it took like a month or something. The video released like really early November, so yeah, it would have taken a month. And yeah, I guess I'll open up the file in DaVinci Resolve and do like some of the editing stuff. Alright then, this is like the Hunger Games video file, like in the editor, I guess. I've deleted all the songs and a bunch of replay clips I used for this, so they don't exist anymore, I guess. But when I watched it after uploading, I think the only editing mistake I think I made was near the start. Somehow when I was like making the intro, like I shifted one of the audio tracks over. I thought I fixed all of it, but I must have missed one audio clip. Oh, and DaVinci Resolve just crashed. Yeah, right here.
I'm gonna install this here as well. Wait, please, please,
Yeah, right there you can hear I accidentally left the audio clip where Klee says like yo in Junie's POV instead, but hopefully because there's so much going on you probably don't notice anyways, especially because you probably haven't heard their voices before watching the video. What else? A lot of the time you'll hear, if you're listening I guess, that I change the pitch of the music when stuff happens. Like I think around here, like there's just this normal
is he
song.
around me?
It's just, no, it's further back.
Netherite scrap in here, grab that. Can you guys grab that netherite scrap?
Yeah, you can hear the song's normal, but then around here when Minigon's about to
I see someone.
fight Klee,
Kaylee.
the song like pitches up
On like
slightly.
a big meteor thing.
I'm up there. I'm inside of it.
Oh.
And yeah, the song pitches up there. You can hear it better probably, like, how far back is it when... Yeah, right here. You can hear it pitch up here. Actually, the song will pitch up a bit.
Yo, they're
So, but they might have netherite.
right in front of me.
Oh.
Like right there, you could hear it pitch up slightly and get a little louder. I just tried experimenting with doing that a bit. Yeah, that's like all I have to say. So yeah, is that it? I guess I'll go back to the world and say some last things. Alright, so for this, I'm on the second Hunger Games map that I'm working on right now. I forgot to say at the start, but I'll probably edit in background music, which will just be a bunch of music I was listening to in the background while building the map. It'll probably just be a bunch of music from random Geometry Dash levels and video games and stuff, but yeah. So I had the replay mod recording the entire map because I thought I'd have some cinematics in the video and also some of my perspective, but I don't know, I personally found it easier to show the Hunger Games event, show the story, just showing the participants and my friends points of perspective. So there was only like one cinematic shot at the very start of the event, and I guess there were cinematics in the intro and outro, but they don't really count. And my perspective didn't show at all. I was just flying around in spectator mode anyways. But instead I ended up having to use the replay shots because inevitably a bunch of the players' recordings just broke. So I was able to use replay mod to show their perspective just without the UI and stuff, because often they're recording still at the audio, which helped. And also, I forgot to say, for a few clips that didn't have audio, I had to go into the replay recording, and instead of just exporting a replay video, I recorded with like OBS and just separated the audio track in the editor. But for one of the days, oh yeah, I should have said, and so to do that I'd also disable my mic so that it would just pick up in-game audio. But one of the days I did that, I forgot to turn my mic back on, and I then played Gravity from Geometry Dash and beat it without my mic. So the Hunger Games also made me have to rebeat that level, sort of, I guess. It's fine though, that level's fun. But yeah, that's just an interesting thing, I guess. Well, the second changes in the second Hunger Games, we can talk about that. So obviously people died really fast. We don't want that to happen in the second Minecraft Hunger Games. I want them to last a little longer. So some changes that I'm making: there's gonna be no like swords or weapons or anything or tools really in the cornucopia. There's just a bunch of materials mostly, so you can't just grab a sword and kill people right off spawn like Visionary here. And then what else? There's also gonna be a whole new underground area. So like it's gonna like double the size of the map, so more places to go and hide. And that also means we don't need the anti-cheat thing as much with the glowstone sphere things, because you'll actually be able to go around underground and stuff. And this map is actually being built on just a copy of the first map, but the entire world is just being completely revamped and remade. Like this jungle. This is Junglewood, right? I think it is. I might actually no. Is it? This is Dark Oak. I'm lying. Yeah, this Dark Oak forest. This is completely new. This wasn't here in the first Hunger Games. And this structure is also a lot bigger than other structures. And I think there's also something at the top. There's nothing at the top. What am I talking about? I thought there was something I had to show at the top, but there isn't, so never mind. But yeah. New structures, new biomes, new underground area. And new lore, actually. That's what I was gonna show. The new lore. That I think there's a lectern. Was that what I was trying to show? Yeah, here. We still have the first lore book, but I'm writing like the second one, which I'll show, I guess, in the behind the scenes of the second Hunger Games. Because now some new stuff has happened to the Blackstone biome. I'll show a picture of that. And yeah. I think this was a really fun event. It was. Thank you to like all the 24 friends who participated, everyone who like watched the video. Like, this was like the best event it could have been, realistically. So yeah, thank you for watching, and is that it? I guess that's just it. So yeah, goodbye. I'll probably just cut the video there, I don't know.